So I know it's like not a lot to have a channel about, just some guy going through his bookcases and talking about all the books. So I thought I'd pair that up with some extra content for you, like my gradual descent into total insanity. So like just with each video, a little more, successively a little bit more, just go more insane until by the end it's just, yeah, phonemes. I guess what I meant to say was, life's wild, man. And here we are, Fiction Shelf 6, Part 3. How about that Part 1, huh? Cut off after 3 minutes, one book. Good stuff. No, it's kind of wild. I've been working on songs all morning. Lately I've been writing songs. I have this idea for a chapter of my book 2, of book 2 of my book, that is going to be like the sheet music with chords and everything for 12 different, totally strictly nonfiction songs. Like these are like memoir in song form, basically. I mean, I just had this wilderness camp job where we were singing around a campfire every time, all the time. It really puts you in this mode. Plus, my second marriage was to a musician, and like there's just always music in our home. My oldest daughter is a super talented musician. All my kids are, but they don't dive into it in the way I would if I was more of an exploitative manager of a father, which I've thought about. Moved to LA, put these kids to work. Come on! Like Wizard of Oz, people are giving like kids injections so they can work 16-hour days and stuff. What? This channel, man. But I don't know. It's like when you write or when you make art of any sort, you really open those channels to just creativity, you know? You like surrender yourself as like a sluice or an antenna to like just everything, you know? From within your own being and from without. And you're like, I'm going to turn it all into art. And it's an excruciating process, but it's always not going to happen. But it's like also amazing. But you can't just be like, I only want to be inspired to make this one particular kind of art. I mean, that's like asking for like narrow inspiration. Look at David Lynch. That man was multimedia. You know, look at Miranda July. I feel like people that like get it, get it. And man, I've heard really good things about this book. It has a blurb on the back from Sheila Heti, Sally Rooney. I remember hearing talk about her a lot online some time ago. Sheila Heti, this is one of the best novels I've read in years. Intelligent, spare, and mesmerizing. I do listen to Sheila Heti. And Elif Batuman is another obsessive Russian lit person, probably more than me, much more of a scholar. Zadie Smith is also great. Huh. It's about two squirrels who are best friends and go on an adventure. No, it is about Connell and Marion. Huh. Like a high school. But you know what? You can look at anything specifically with good writing and it can be interesting. Sometimes I'm like, are there no bad ideas, just bad executions? You know? There must be some bad ideas. My mind drifts to certain. But I remember part of the reason she was being talked about a lot on social media was that there was like a lot of merchandising. I think they did some pop-up stores with merchandising for this book and for this author. And that's just fun and cool and weird. It's weird. I've read most of this book like 2 or 3 times and it just like stops me at some point. But it's kind of cool. It's like a fantasy version of House of Leaves a little bit, but bigger. This is one of Harold Bloom's favorite novels. Oh, look, he's got a quote on the top there. The Critic. It's a fantasy novel about a home next to a forest that's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And all sorts of magic and fairy craziness and things happen because of it. Changelings and, yeah, it's a rich, interesting world, a sort of 100 Years of Solitude, but with a lot of magic and fantasy elements, a family. It's cool. I don't know. This is one of those books where I'm like, should I just say I read that so I don't have to do this whole paragraph about how I read 2/3 of it 3 times? I will finish it someday. Here's another one of those modern voices that gets a lot of buzz, and even I, as checked out and bargain bin as I am, from mainstream lit scenes and so on, because I don't care, and because I'm poor and rarely shop at new bookstores. I need to maximize my master's degree and get a good job with that. I don't know. I always felt like I've had this governor's cap or something. And I've had so many jobs and like weird gig jobs. I've been a corporate copywriter. driver for the School for the Blind, rug delivery guy, pizza guy, nonprofit college teacher, a bunch of other jobs. I've substitute taught all over Albuquerque, which has given me this crazy lens into the city.